Tap your screen, everybody. Thanks, Vanessa.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
What's up, brother?
Brother!
What's up, brother?
Hey, so God allowed slavery because, you see, it's part of the will of God.
Because he's immoral.
Well, no, brother, you're just not understanding it.
Oh.
It's
Come on, get it out. Come on,
all right.
You can do this.
You see, God does things
Yes.
in ways that we just don't understand. Like child molesting.
Whoa, sir. Whoa, Jake. L. Jake. God has a reason.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, I just want to be here for a short time. An answer to that question, I would say it's also kind of like, why did God allow his son Jesus to die for us? It seems cruel. Like, why does God allow these things to happen? And, God has his reasons. We don't know truly what God's reasons are.
Mm-hmm.
But, we cannot.
I would argue it's because God is immoral. Thank you, Regina. W. Regina.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see why many people think he's immoral because, all these things are happening in the world. But I would argue that the fact I would say it's kind of bad to think that only God allows these things to happen as well.
Do you think it was a good thing when God told his chosen people they're allowed to have slaves?
No, I don't. But I mean, at the same time,
you think God did a bad thing?
But God has, like I said, God has his reasonings for doing things, and it's for the greater good of in the end. Because
so you think God did a bad thing, or?
I wouldn't say God did a bad thing. I would say, he knows his plans, and we don't. And
if it wasn't bad for God to allow his chosen people to have slaves, then that means it was good, right?
God is all good, and like I said, God has his reasons. I don't know.
So you do think it was a good thing when God told the Israelites they can have slaves?
I mean, I would say it is questionable. It is questionable, but like I said, he has his reasonings for doing things. It might not be, for example, just like we go through trials and tribulations. It's bad things that happen to us in the moment. It's bad things that happen to people in the moment, but in the outcome, it builds character, it builds discipline. There's lessons to be learned from this.
So God does things to test your character or test your faith?
Yes, sir.
So that means God's not all-knowing.
What do you mean? No, he is all-knowing. God is all-knowing.
So
he puts us in situations.
An all-knowing God would not need to test you for anything because he already knows the outcome.
Yeah, he would, but he also puts us in situations because we do have free will as well. You got to take that into effect. So God allows certain things.
But sir, an all-knowing God would not need to test you or to test your faith or to test your character because he's all-knowing. He already knows the end result of the test. So it sounds like God's just playing this cruel game.
But then that would go to show that you have no faith in God's word.
Like you're saying God allows slavery because it tests people's character. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. It was an example. What I'm saying is God allows certain things to happen.
Can you give me an example of those certain things?
Like I did. I gave you one right now. Like, for example, God allows us to go through some things.
Like, can you give me an example of something that God would allow someone to go through?
Yeah, let's say, let me think. Like, for example, God would allow somebody to experience something bad, right? Like, for example, a loss. God allows losses in your life. Let's say you go through a loss. Without a loss, you won't learn how to win.
So God allows you to lose people that you love in order to test your character, test your faith?
Yes, sir.
God already knows the end result. So he's playing this cruel mind game with you. God already knows the result of the test because he's all knowing, but he's still going to take away your loved ones to quote unquote test you, even though he already knows the end result of how your character is going to shape out or how your faith is going to shape out. This is like a cruel game he's playing.
I wouldn't look at it that way. I would look at it like as, you know,
what's the purpose, sir? What's the purpose of an all-knowing God testing?
To build us, because if okay, let's say God did know all knowing, so you're saying so that would just mean that God is not going to work in our life. You know, he's just gonna like, you know, let me paraphrase this.
I'm confused as to why an all-knowing God would need to test something. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you.
To test our faith, that's why, to build us.
But he's all-knowing. What's the purpose of it? What is the purpose of a test if you already know the end result?
Because God is not just going to grant us something like that. You know, I
don't even know. What does that even mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you're saying he's not going to, like, he knows the end result. What's the purpose of putting us through these things?
Explain to me why an all-knowing being would need to test you.
To build character. That's my answer to that.
He already knows what's going to happen. So what's the purpose of a test? All right. I don't know if he disconnected or if he ran away. I'm not sure. Regina, you are too kind with the gifts, Regina. Regina forever in the chat. Regina forever. Regina, you're too kind for the gifts. Thank you so much, Regina. That was amazing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, I just have to give a big shout out for my Regina. Regina, thank you so much. You are too nice. Regina forever in the chat, please, guys. Thank you so much, Regina. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So you're asking, why did God allow slavery? Yes, or do you have any other?
How old are you?
First off, I'm 20.
I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Everyone, double tap that screen, click the follow button, share the live. Regina, what? Wow, what was that? That was awesome. Thank you so much, Regina. You're amazing. You were too nice, Regina. You were seriously too nice. Sent an interstellar, awesome. Thank you for the crowns. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Thank you so much for the interstellar. That one was 10,000 coins. Are you serious? Well, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much, Regina. Thank you. Hello? She's balling. Yeah, Regina's balling. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
What you got for us?
So you don't
Thank
believe
you for the
that
corn,
God
Benny. Thank you for the corn,
testing us,
Benny.
right?
Sorry, go ahead. Say it again.
So are you saying why God testing us?
Well, yeah. Why would an all-knowing God need to test something?
Sorry, that's me and my wife.
You say why God testing us?
Why would an all-knowing God need to test something? Because an all-knowing God already knows the results of the test. So what's the purpose of a test if God is all-knowing?
The purpose of the test that God is testing our faith to see where we at with Him.
But
He's
all-knowing, so he already knows where your faith is going to be at. There's no need for a test if he's all-knowing.
Well, it's because of the fact that he already knows what type of person we are, but to our life in reality, in lives that we're living, are we still have that faith in us or no? That's the thing. He's trying to see how strong you are, a type of person that we're carrying the faith to believe in Him.
An all-knowing God doesn't need to try to see. He already sees the future. He already knows the end result.
I know.
So,
yes, He already seen the future, but it's the thing.
So there's no need for a test.
We don't know that, but He does.
Yeah. So you still have not explained to me why an all-knowing God would need to test something. Yes, pleading souls. I don't believe that you are 18 plus. Stop crying in the comments. Sorry, I was talking to someone in the comments.
He's talking to someone.
Yeah, I was talking to someone in the comments.
Yes, to me, so he already knew that what kind of situation and where our faith is, but at the same time, he giving us those tests so that way it make us stronger and to know where we at in life. Because
But he
we are
already
human beings.
knows. He already knows the end result. There is no need. There's no
Yes,
purpose
he
for a
already
test.
know the results. So
Yeah, so this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical
yes,
sense.
exactly. It doesn't make sense, but in us human being, we can only take that much. Like we
Ma'am.
take as much as we can, and at the same time, he's still testing us. And no matter that he knew what kind of person that we're gonna be, but he's still gonna test us to see how
That
big
makes
it
no
is to
sense.
faith, and it makes us.
Ma'am, it does not make logical sense that an all-knowing God would need to test you to see what you're going to do. He already knows what you're going to do, so there is no purpose. There's no need for a test. It makes no sense.
That's his belief.
I
Do you
guess.
want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the main? Do you want to talk about the main topic here? Why did God allow slavery?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to talk about that?
Why the Holy Bible? Why did God allow slavery? Okay.
Are you familiar with the verses in the Bible where God tells the Israelites they're allowed to have slaves and own them for life?
Yes, I am familiar with that.
Okay. Do you have an answer as to why he would do that?
I think it's to my believer and my understanding in the Bible. That's when back in the days when we using. It's just like how what's the name God so is it I mean I forget what's his name?
Who? Who are you talking about?
Isaac.
Moses?
When
Moses?
no, Isaac. When he tested what's his name? Abraham to have where he
see,
stood,
ma'am, this is what I'm talking about. It makes no sense for God to test Abraham to see what he's going to do. God is all knowing, so he already knows what Abraham's going to do. That makes no sense. Why an all knowing God would need to test someone? But would you like to talk about the slavery though, instead of going back to how an all knowing God needs to test someone to see what they're going to do? All right, everyone, double tap the screen, guys. Keep spamming the likes. Click the follow button. Share the live. If you guys want to watch the full live streams, click my subscription button. I mean the YouTube button in my bio. It'll take you straight to my YouTube. Please go subscribe to my YouTube, guys. I have a ton of my live streams on there. If you would like to watch the full live streams.
Rape, 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 rape.
Keep double tapping the screen, guys. Keep spamming those likes. Share the live. Hello?
Hello. So the question, why did God allow slavery? Are you?
You sound really muffled. Can you come closer to the microphone on your phone, or?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's just kind of muffled, but I can hear you. I guess we could try to work with it. Are you using like Bluetooth or anything?
No, I think I dropped my phone and I damaged the microphone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you. We'll see if we'll just try to work with it. Go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
So the question, why did God allow slavery? You're asking the question because, well, you're an atheist. You don't believe that God exists. So you're saying God doesn't exist. And if he did exist, why would he do this? Why would he allow slavery? Is that part of your question?
Correct. I don't believe God exists, but you do. So I'm curious as to why you worship a God that allows slavery.
Is part of the reason why you don't believe in God is because you don't want to believe in a God that would allow slavery?
No, I don't believe in a God because I am not convinced that there is a God that exists. But if you were to prove that the Christian God exists, I would not want anything to do with that God.
Okay. So assuming that God exists and He allowed slavery, you still would not want it to do it. That's what you just said. I want to make sure that I understand.
Yeah, if you were to, even if you were to prove that the Christian God is real, I would acknowledge its existence, but I would not want anything to do with that God.
Okay, so let's go back to the fact that you don't think that God exists, and you think that we evolved. I'm assuming you think that we evolved.
I'm not making the positive claim that your God does not exist. I'm just saying I'm not convinced that any gods exist. I don't claim to know that your God does not exist. I'm just not convinced.
Are you convinced that we evolved from from apes and so forth?
We are apes. We did not evolve from apes. We share common lineage with a form of ape that has now gone extinct.
So you're convinced that we are, in a sense, animals, right?
Yes, humans are animals. Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that we're equal to animals?
In what context? Equal how?
Equal in the sense that we should respect one another the same. Just because we've evolved, we're more advanced in the evolution. We should not own each other and so forth.
If you're going to try to get this argument into do you think it's okay to own dogs as pets and then try to say that that's the same thing as the biblical slavery, then no, it's not even close to biblical slavery. Is that where you're going with this argument?
Well, part of it is going there. Just because we own a dog, it doesn't mean that we're abusing the dog.
Yeah, but in the Bible, it says you're allowed to own slaves for life, and you're allowed to beat them as long as you don't beat them to death.
Right. But so you're not in agreement with that. You don't think that's.
Of course not. Of course not. Do you? Do you think it's a good thing to own someone as property for life?
Well, right now, according to where I'm at in my thinking, I think no, it's not right to own a human being, right?
So why do you disagree with your God morally?
Well, I disagree with the fact that we should own slaves today. Yes,
but your God thinks it's always okay to own slaves.
And that's a great question to unpack.
It's not a question; it's a statement. Your God always thinks that it's always okay to have slaves because your God never changes.
It's a great statement to unpack and ask the question, like, what was the difference between then and now that made it okay back then, and to us it's not. It's
never okay, sir. It's never okay to own someone against their.
But do you think we'll get to a point someday when it's not going to be okay to own a dog?
No, I don't think so, because it's not the same thing.
What if it is?
It's not the same thing. Why
isn't it the same thing if we're animals at the end of the day?
Because thank you for the crown, Joel. Thank you so much, Joel. Because I mean, my dog, all he knows is my house and his backyard. He has no idea that there's this entire world out there. He doesn't yearn for freedom. He just knows that, hey, I just live here in this house and in the backyard. I've had him since he was a puppy, since before his eyes could open. So he has no concept of freedom or no desire for freedom, as opposed to a human being would have desire to be free. And it's saying that you having a dog is the same thing as when God told the Israelites that they can go and get kids, even children, as slaves and own them for life. And you're allowed to beat your slave with no punishment as long as your slave does not die from the beating. It's not the same thing, sir. And this is actually embarrassing that you would actually try to make that argument.
I don't feel embarrassed. You might be. I'm embarrassed for you that you're thinking that. So it's okay to own dogs, but it's not okay to own humans. But then you say that we're the same as dogs. We're the same.
I never said we're the same as dogs.
You said we're animals.
We are animals, yes, but we're not the same, sir. We are far more complex.
Is a dog an animal?
We are far more. We're not the same as far as like the complexity of our minds.
There's a possibility that there's a dog that's smarter than you out there.
No, it's not possible. No, sir, it's not possible that there is a dog that's smarter than you and I.
How do you know?
Sir, are you being genuine right now? You think that it's possible that there's a dog out there that's smarter than the both of us?
I think there's a possibility that there's a lot of intelligence outside of our brain.
Dogs that sniff each other's butts and eat their own poop. There's a dog out there that's smarter than you and I.
There's humans that do that. What does that mean?
Yeah, and there's, they're probably not fully there in the head, if they're doing that.
What if those were the slaves that we're talking about?
So are you saying that the slaves that the Israelites owned were?
I'm saying what if. I'm asking a question. It's not a statement. So you're
What if what?
So you're assuming that the slaves from back in the Bible days were a lot smarter than the dogs that there are today, and I'm pretty sure they are. But you're assuming that they were.
I don't even know what kind of argument you're trying to make here. Humans are smarter than dogs, sir. Okay, on average. I don't even know what you're trying to argue for.
Well, I'm addressing your question.
Now, can you just? No, you're not. The question is. Thank you, Mr. History.
Because your question is not
Thank
a question.
Thank you, Mr. History.
Here's the answer.
I want you to answer this question, sir.
Your question needs to be unpacked, and there's going to be a lot of questions before we answer your question. You
don't have an answer to this question, do you?
Your question is just a simple answer. No, there's a lot of questions that are involved to answer your question.
So can you just give me an answer to this question without asking me questions?
I don't think you want the answer. I think you're doing.
Sir, I'm on this live asking. How could you say I don't want the answer when I'm on this live asking the question?
What anybody says, you're going to focus.
So did you just came here to cry? You essentially just came here to cry and complain.
I'm not crying. Are you?
So
crying?
let's have a discussion, sir. Why did God allow slavery?
I'm having a discussion, but you want to focus on probably about like a.
Sir, why did God allow slavery? Stop crying. Stop complaining. Why did God allow slavery?
I'm crying.
Milk bottle emojis in the chat, guys. Milk bottle emojis in the chat.
Dude.
This isn't a complaint department. If you're just here to cry and complain, then I'm just going to move on to the next guest. Or you can answer the question.
Sorry, I thought this was the complaint department. I was looking for the complaint department.
No, yeah, you're lost. This is not the complaint. This is not the complaint department. You're lost.
This is the complaint department.
Yeah, this is not the complaint department, sir. So, listen, why did God allow slavery?
Why is there slavery right now? What is the definition of slavery?
Sir, can you just answer the question without asking me a question?
Because
I don't know if you know this, but...
You're never going to get an answer that you're satisfied with. So I'm not going to fall into your... I want to get on here. I want to ask you questions. But
this isn't a Q&A. This isn't a talk show.
You're not going to be happy with whatever answer anyone gives.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true. You think I haven't seen you before? I've seen people answer.
So you're just here to complain and cry and bitch and moan, and you're not actually here to have a discussion.
I'm here to say that you're full of shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Typical Christian love, right? Christian love. He just wanted to come up here and cry and complain and bitch and moan. He didn't want to have an actual discussion. He just wants to come up here and insult me. He's been watching me. Yeah, he's been watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Hi. How are you?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
How old are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 21.
Okay.
Is this just for Christians to answer, or can anyone answer?
Yeah, I'm just looking to speak to Christians.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Mr. History, thank you for the gift, Mr. History. I really enjoy your live streams, but I see you in the guest request, but I'm just taking opposition. But everybody go follow Mr. History. He's got some really good lives too. Hello?
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm not sure if you want to know my age. I'm 21.
Okay.
Now, as far as why slavery was allowed, why slavery occurred, it's actually in scripture. So I don't know why people are coming here to try and give you the answer and not reading the Bible itself. Now, if we go to Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy is one of the first 5 books written by Moses. He's speaking to the children of Israel on Mount Sinai, and he's basically giving them the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, sir, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the story. Why did God tell his chosen people that they're allowed to have slaves and own them for life, and they're allowed to beat them too with no punishment as long as the slave doesn't die?
Well, let me finish this real fast. When he's giving them the 10 Commandments, he's first giving them the blessings as well as the curses that they would receive if they were to follow the commandments of the Most High. And in Deuteronomy 28, it tells us that one of the curses they would receive is them being enslaved. Because if we understand who the Israelites were, they were the so-called African Americans. So when they were in Egypt enslaved, that was a part of one of their punishments. And then when the African Americans were enslaved here in America, that was another punishment. Let me read Deuteronomy 28 for you.
Sir, why okay, so you agree, you actually agree with me that God does allow slavery, right?
Yeah. So
okay. And is that a good thing?
Well, it's not up for me to decide, because morality wouldn't be set in place unless he came and gave the commandments. The reason he gave the commandments was because the world was following, they were worshiping demons, the fallen angels that came down. So there was no morality. Everybody was having sex with animals, killing each other, eating each other.
Who are you talking about? Who was doing those things?
The Canaanites, everybody who was on the earth prior to the Most High choosing.
Is that
Abraham.
biblical? Is that biblical?
Yeah.
That it's in the Bible that says that these people were having sex with animals?
Yeah, this is why.
So what verse? What verse?
All right, let me find it real fast. It's in the book of Deuteronomy. This is where the laws are.
People are saying to drop you.
Well, if you don't want an answer, you could drop me. Okay, so in the books that were removed by the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church they basically removed the books.
No, show me in the Bible that says that these people were having sex with their animals.
Well, you got to be patient. You got to let me answer.
I want the verse.
I got to give you the context.
No, I want the verse.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. It's going to be in the book of Leviticus. Give me just a moment while I find it. Okay, so Leviticus is also the book that tells us the laws dealing with when we do.
I want the verse.
So do you want me to give you an answer?
I want the verse.
It seems like every time I speak, you cut me off. I need to give you context before
I want the verse. I want the verse for the claim you made.
Okay, then be patient.
You said you were going to find it. You said you were going to find it, so go find it.
And I'm giving you context.
I don't want the context. I want the verse.
Yeah, but I need to give you the context so you can understand why the verse.
Okay, go find the verse. Go find the verse and come back. Keep double tapping the screen, guys. Keep double tapping the screen.
All right. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. So originally, I was just going to make the point on how, the whole Moses story shows that God is like anti-enslavement of people. But
no, he's not. He's not anti-slavery. He's not anti-slavery.
But anyway,
he's very much in favor of slavery.
And what makes you say that?
God told Moses and the Israelites that they're allowed to have slaves from the foreign nations around them, and they can own them for life. He also gave very specific rules and instructions on how to practice slavery. And he also says you're allowed to beat your slave with no punishment as long as your slave does not die from the beating.
Yes, and that was in the Old Testament.
God absolutely failed to condemn slavery.
Except for when he said, "Let my people go."
Yeah, he freed his chosen people, his own chosen people, and then he turned around and told them, "You can now go have slaves."
I will admit that there's even been other things in the Bible where God told his chosen group to go conquer other nations or whatever. Even then, though.
So would you like to take back what you said about God being anti-slavery?
Not necessarily. No.
Really? You still hold, even after what I've just told you, you still hold the position that God is anti-slavery?
There was a reason for the things he did. I don't have the whole Bible memorized.
If you tell your people you are allowed to go and get slaves, even children, and own them for life and pass them on to your children when you die, They can be your property. You can make slaves of them. Is that being anti-slavery?
Context is important, though, when it comes to the story.
When you tell your chosen people that you are allowed to go and get slaves and own them for life, is that being anti-slavery?
But why did he tell them that, though?
Sir, I'm asking you a question. If you tell your chosen people that you're allowed to go and get slaves and own them as property for life and make slaves of them, are you being anti-slavery?
No.
Okay, so would you like to take back what you said about God being anti-slavery?
No.
So you're saying God is anti-slavery?
I don't remember the reason why he told those people to do it, but it wasn't on some malicious...
Sir, if you've already agreed with me that if you tell people that they are allowed to have slaves, that you're not being anti-slavery. This is exactly what your God did. And now you're still claiming that God is anti-slavery. You're contradicting yourself.
Fine. God is pro-slavery. I'm gonna go with you on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course it is. It's in there. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. He absolutely condones it.
It would also be a contradiction to God's word and also making him a liar if he stopped slavery.
What?
It would.
You're telling me God could not condemn slavery? God could not tell the Israelites, hey, no slaves? Just like when God said, no lying, no wearing mixed fabrics, no eating shellfish.
That would mean he would have to personally prevent another group of people from practicing their free will.
He already does that when he tells them, I command you to not wear mixed fabrics. I command you to not eat shellfish. If your God could command them to not eat shrimp, then he could easily command them to not have slaves. This is a garbage argument that you're using here.
Commanded them saying you should not do this, but they still have free will to choose.
Yeah, okay. If your argument is that the reason God didn't command them to not have slaves is because they were going to do it anyways, so what? God said don't lie, and people still lied. God said don't murder, people still murdered. God said don't wear mixed fabrics, people still wear mixed fabrics. Your God could have at least said, and also don't own slaves. But he never does that. In fact, the opposite. He says you're allowed to have slaves. Go and get them. So God is not anti-slavery, and it's kind of it's a very weak argument that you're using here to say that God cannot go against their free will. He commands them to not do all kinds of things. Right? No lying, no murder, don't disobey your parents, don't wear mixed fabrics, don't eat shellfish. If God can command all of those things, he could also say, and also, by the way, do not own people as property. It'd be very easy for God to say that, but he never does that.
All right, but then it was a lot of things in the Old Testament that God did that would be considered barbaric, that when Jesus came just made it known that was the old covenant and was not practiced no more.
Is Jesus God?
Yes, to me.
So that means, thank you for the corgi butt, Justin. Thank you so much. W. Justin in the chat. If Jesus is God, that means that he's the God of the Old Testament, right?
Yes.
So Jesus told the Israelites that they're allowed to have slaves. Jesus is actually pro-slavery.
I mean, the God of the Old Testament also told us to sacrifice and this, that, and the other. And when Jesus came, said that's no more.
So are you saying that your God's morality changes? Because your Bible says that God never changes, that he's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
That is true, but the rituals and everything that we had to do in the Old Testament and a lot of the stuff that happened there was all foreshadowing.
And also, Jesus himself never condemned slavery in the New Testament either. Slavery is still condoned and practiced in the New Testament. Ephesians 6:5, Jesus says, slaves, obey your earthly masters the same way you would obey Christ. Thank you for the gifts, guys.
Wasn't the original Hebrew more so talking about people who go into debt, though?
So there is that type of slavery as well. There's the slavery for you Hebrews. If your own fellow Hebrew slave could sell himself to you, and he has to go free on the year of Jubilee after 7 years, right? But also, well, actually, you could actually, if your fellow Hebrew sells himself to you as a slave, but comes to you without a wife or children, if you give him a wife and she has children, when it's time for him to go, the wife and the children stay with the master. And if the slave wants to keep his family, he has to say that I love my master and let the master pierce his ear, and then he'll be owned forever. So there's a different set of laws for your Hebrew slaves as opposed to your foreign slaves. The foreign slaves, that's the whole 7-year jubilee, like indentured servitude, none of that applies to your foreign slaves. Your foreign slaves, you can own them for life. And when you can pass them on to your children after you die, and you get to own their children as slaves. And you can make slaves of them. It's all in Leviticus 25.
In that case, I just got to read more. I mean,
okay.
I felt like, I don't know.
Go read it. Yeah, go read it. Go read it and go learn it.
All right. All right.
That's a W. I'm actually glad that you would say that. Go read it and go find out what it actually says in your Bible.
All right. Well, I don't got nothing else to say after that. I got my Bible right here, actually. So, in what chapter you said it was?
It's in Exodus and Leviticus. There's all kinds of rules and instructions for how to practice slavery. Okay. Right. There's an entire set of laws for your own fellow Hebrews. Like they can sell themselves to you if they owe debt, right? But the biggest problem with the slavery that I have, like all slavery is bad. But in Leviticus 25, 44 through 46, that is where God tells the Israelites they can go and get slaves from the foreign nations around them. And those are the ones that you can actually own them for life. It's chattel slavery, owning a human being as property for life.
Well, okay, I'll definitely look into that. Part of me is like I feel like me being a Christian, whatever, is like there has to be some context or reason why he told them to do this for that time being. But it sounds like you're saying even after the establishment of Israel and the holy nation, that it was still going on and being promoted. So
right, God, like the Israelites had just been freed from slavery, right? After 300, 400 years, whatever. Moses led them up out of Egypt, out of slavery, right? In Exodus. And then immediately after, like they had just been freed from slavery. They have nothing. They own nothing. They're just wandering in the desert. And God appears to them on top of a mountain and gives them all kinds of rules and instructions and laws. And in those rules, instructions, and laws are steps or procedures on how to practice slavery. So it's not like the Israelites already had slaves or were already practicing slavery. They weren't doing any of that until God told them, look, here's what you can do. You can go and get slaves from the foreign nations around you and own them for life.
All right. I'm going to read into it.
Yeah, go read it, man. I'm happy to hear you say that.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. I'll drop you out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. W guest, guys. That was a W guest. Everyone keep spamming those likes, guys. Double tap the screen. Share the live, everybody. Click that follow button. Please click the follow button. Also, if you want to watch the full live stream, click on the link in my bio. It'll take you straight to my YouTube. And subscribe to my YouTube, guys. I'm almost at 300 subscribers on YouTube. And I also have a ton of my live streams posted on my YouTube. So if you are looking for something to listen to while you're working or cleaning or driving, go ahead and go check out my YouTube and put on my playlist. And I have a ton of live streams that you can listen to. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. And thanks for the gifts, guys. Thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate y'all.
Hey, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
The previous guest is trying to explain the context, and you say, no, I don't want to hear any context. I want a verse, and then you get
he claimed that there was
context, and you said the Bible promotes slavery because the Bible said go get a slave. That's all you do.
Sir, not the last guest, but I think it was the guest before him. He claimed that there's a verse in the Bible that says that these foreigners were having sex with
standard. You don't let him talk.
Hey.
He
made a claim.
But for example, what is the verse that you say? Go buy a slave.
Sir,
so the Bible,
relax.
Time of the Bible, everybody says.
Relax. Okay, the last guest, not the last one, but the one before him, said that there was a verse in the Bible that these people, the foreigners, were having sex with animals, and I asked him for the verse. That's all I did. I asked him for the verse, and he would not give it to me. That's it. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Click the little microphone button, unmute yourself. Click the little microphone button and unmute yourself. He's probably still yelling. Zip Zop said, we are animals. You got a point there.
Hello?
How you doing?
Not bad, man. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I just wanted to come on to say the guy you were talking about, the dogs with, you were saying that dogs aren't smarter than humans. That is the biggest lie ever.
You think dogs are like...
Dogs are way smarter than humans, man. What are you on about?
I mean, they have their own certain like form of intelligence. Like dogs can do things that we can't do, obviously, but like when it comes to like actual intelligence and being able to create technology, you know, like stuff like that, dogs can't do that.
Yeah, but look what humans are doing, killing each other. How is that smart?
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree. I guess I should say that the individual person is smart, but humanity as a whole is pretty barbaric.
Yeah, I think that's pretty evident. And I think,
I agree with you, actually.
I think most animals are way smarter than humans, to be honest.
I mean, it depends on what depends on how you mean, like how you define intelligence, right? Like, I mean, obviously dogs are incredibly smart and they can do things that we can't do, but I would say that as far as intellectually, they're not as smart as us. I don't really know how to word it. I don't know how I would word it, but yeah, this isn't the topic though. But
yeah, no, I just wanted to come to say that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your input. Thank you.
No worries, man. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Okay, I think this is the guy who said he was looking for the verse.
Okay.
You found the verse?
Leviticus 18:23. Neither shall you lie with any beast to defile yourself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
So, sir, you made a claim that there was a verse in the Bible that said these people were having sex with animals, and you gave me a verse where God commands that to not happen.
All right. So why would he tell them not to do that?
Because he doesn't want that to happen. That doesn't mean that they were doing it.
What I'm understanding. What I'm understanding is you really don't want to have or hear any answers.
Sir,
talk down on people.
Stop crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. Stop complaining.
It says it right here. That's like if your child is writing on the wall. Why would you tell your child not to write on the wall unless he was already
Stop crying. Let's have a discussion. Let's just be an adult. Grow up. Pull up your Pampers.
Do you know
Stop
what crying
complaining.
is?
Stop crying. Let's have a discussion.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
I'm not crying.
Stop complaining though. Okay, go ahead and speak.
Brother, you wouldn't speak to somebody like this to their face. I know that. So
sir, let's have a discussion about the topic.
And you're cutting me off. So how am I going to have a discussion if I can't even let out my words?
Okay. Let's have a discussion about the topic. Go ahead.
So the reason he's telling them this is because this is what was happening. This is what was occurring in the land. Now you wanted the verse. I gave you the verse. Now you want to understand why slavery is allowed, because it is allowed.
So were the children having sex with animals?
Everybody.
Children?
The nations. Look, it says, defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these things the nations are defiled. That means they were doing it.
Okay, so in Leviticus 25:44-46, when God told the Israelites they can get children as slaves, are you saying that God allowed the children to be owned as slaves because the children were having sex with animals, sir?
So the reason why the children were allowed to be slaves is because the other nations were defiled with Nephilim DNA. Every other nation except for the Israelites have DNA from the fallen angels.
Really? Because I thought God drowned all the Nephilim in Genesis.
He did, but they still survived.
He drowned he drowned all the Nephilim, but they survived.
Well, think of this. There were Nephilim that lived in the waters. So how would the ones that lived in the waters have died? How would they have died?
There were Nephilim fish?
Yes.
And the Nephilim fish somehow turned into humans? So you believe in evolution?
Okay, so the theory of evolution actually comes from eugenics.
Wait. Explain to me how these
story. Let me finish.
Explain to me how these children, these Nephilim children, came from the Nephilim fish that survived the flood.
Let me finish what I have to say. So in the book of Jasher, it speaks about how when the fallen angels came down, there was a fallen angel named Azazel. Jasher.
Jasher? That's not in the Bible.
It's in the Apocrypha. It's removed from the Bible by the Catholic Church.
Is that true? Did the Catholic Church remove that book from the Bible?
The Council of Nicaea removed the Apocrypha. Yes. The Catholic were the Romans. So the Romans weren't actually the people of the text. Now, when the fallen came, there was one that led the charge named Azazel. Satan isn't actually one individual. Satan means the adversary.
How long are you going to preach for? How long are you going to preach for?
I'm not preaching. I'm giving you an answer.
Are you almost done? Are you almost done?
So you don't want an answer?
Well, I'd like you.
You're just on here to talk then. That's it.
I'd like you to explain to me how
Am I tossing my purse before swine? Yes or no?
I'd like you to explain to me how the children that are owned as slaves came
I'm getting to the point, brother.
How did they come from Nephilim fish?
Do you want a one-word answer? Because I can't give you a one-word answer.
No. I don't. Of course not. Of course, I don't expect a one-word answer. Of course not. Okay. But I want to know how the children.
Let me speak, or you will never know.
How did the children come from the Nephilim fish?
Be slow to speak and be quick to listen.
Okay, but listen, I have a very specific question. Okay, how did the children come from the Nephilim fish?
You know, when a male and a female procreate, they create a child.
Yeah, but you said that the reason the Nephilim still existed after the flood is because there was Nephilim fish. So how did
they were aquatic creatures?
How did the children from Leviticus
animals? They weren't a literal fish the way you see a salmon in the water. They were aquatic creatures. There's different aspects and different types.
This is fucking crazy. How did the Leviticus child slaves come from the Nephilim fish that survived the flood in Genesis?
So do you want an answer?
Yeah. I'd love you to explain that to me. Were they mermaids? Okay. They were mermaids?
You know what? Exactly. That's a type of fish.
This is hilarious.
I'm sure it is.
Nephilim mermaids, guys. This is the first time I've ever heard this. That there was Nephilim mermaids.
For them that have ears to hear, this isn't for you to understand. This is for those that have understanding. When you already make your mind up on what you choose to believe, it doesn't matter what somebody tells you, you won't understand.
So how did the Leviticus child slaves come from the Nephilim mermaids?
Okay. So
wait. When a female Nephilim mermaid has sex with a male Nephilim mermaid, does the baby come out as a mermaid?
Well, there are no female Nephilims. All the Nephilims are male.
So then how are there Nephilim babies? How are there Nephilim?
Okay, so good. Now we're getting to my answer because you're asking good questions.
This is fucking crazy.
So here it says, you shall not lie with any beast to defile yourself. This also includes the Nephilim beings that were crossed with animal DNA. So the children came when the women had sex with these Nephilims.
The Nephilims that God flooded the earth to drown all the Nephilims, but he failed?
He didn't fail. They didn't all die.
Yes, but wasn't that his intention when he flooded the earth, was to drown the Nephilim?
Yeah, but
he failed.
He didn't fail.
When God flooded the earth, his intention was to drown all of the Nephilim and get rid of all the Nephilim, right?
Well, his intention was to destroy the people. He didn't create the Nephilim. He wanted to destroy the people because they were defiled in their ways of thinking.
So he drowned the people, but not the Nephilim?
The Nephilims were drowned by, a reaction, cause and effect. He drowned the people.
So God failed, though, because God failed though because not all of the Nephilim were taken out.
His intentions weren't to kill all the Nephilim. His intentions were to kill the people that were creating
it was
the Nephilim.
it was the Nephilim's fault though for interbreeding with the people, right?
It was the fallen angels' fault, not the Nephilim's.
So why did God unalive all the people but not the fallen angels?
Because he says that the people, they thought evil continually in their hearts and in their minds, and that evil was having sex with the animals. Yes, the children having sex with animals.
What? Is that biblical?
Killing people, eating them. Yes,
is that biblical? Show me in the Bible where it says that these Leviticus child slaves were having sex with animals.
I just told you. It says.
Show me a verse where it says that these Leviticus children slaves.
For in all these things, the nations are defiled.
Show me. How do you know that the Leviticus child slaves were having sex with animals?
Because when you raise a child, the child's gonna be what you raised it to be. You know that this is why the homosexuals are.
But it even says you can own
because they want the children to be homosexual as well. And
it even says you can. It even says you can own the children that are born in their clan. So like even babies. So how are the babies having sex with animals?
So do you understand how sin works?
Can you explain to me how the babies were having sex with animals?
Okay, so sin, when you sin, it is passed down through your bloodline.
How were the Leviticus babies slaves having sex with animals?
It's not that they already had sex with the animals. It's that they were bound to do it because they were cursed through sin. When you sin, you curse yourself and your bloodline.
This is fucking wild. Dude, you are crazy. You know that? You're a literal crazy person.
The truth is crazy in the world full of lies.
Like, I don't even know what you're babbling about. Like, you're telling me that these babies, these children that were owned in Leviticus as slaves, that they were having sex with animals, and that they also come from Nephilim mermaids.
Their parents were having sex with animals.
They come from Nephilim mermaids that survived the flood.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
And not only that, there wasn't only Nephilim mermaids, but there was Nephilims that had wings.
I got it. I've had enough of that. I've got pretty much all that I wanted out of that conversation. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey guys, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean.
Are you a Christian? Hello? Can you guys hear him?
I'm just passing through listening.
Can you hear me?
Bro, you got.
Sir, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me right now, you had a bad connection. You had a bad connection, so maybe send another guest request if you need to. Dude, that was wild. I don't think I've ever spoke with somebody who told me that there were Nephilim mermaids.
That was really wild, and I'm going to tell you, I was atheist before that guy came on. I am so Christian now. He totally. I mean, now that makes everything makes sense. The Little Mermaid, everything makes sense now. It just makes absolute sense.
Yeah, that was crazy. Are you being serious? Or are you a Christian or are you atheist?
No, I'm an atheist. Skits, you know me.
Okay.
I'm just up here.
I thought your name looked familiar. I wasn't sure though.
Yeah, it's Dr. John. I just changed to Ambiavert.
Oh, okay.
All right, yeah. Just keep up what you're doing, man. I appreciate it.
That was wild, dude. That was fucking insane.
I'm telling you, man. That was awesome. I love how they can make this stuff up, and he really believes that stuff.
Yeah, he's literally a crazy person.
I mean, well, you know, I can't say that because, you know, ethic reasons, but I agree with you. But the thing is, what's funny is did he explain how they survived the flood? He
said because they were mermaids. He said they were like aquatic animals.
So they were already aquatic when they were on the earth before?
I guess.
Maybe he believes in evolution, maybe.
I think he does, because he was trying to tell me the evolution. I think he was going to try to explain to me that there's books in the Bible that talk about evolution or something. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I would love to read that. But you know, anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks, man, for letting me up.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. Thank you. All right, guys, everyone, double tap the screen, click that follow button, guys. Share the live. Let's see if we can get some. We don't have any new guest requests. We have this one guy who was crying earlier. Hello? All right. What's up, KM? KM Rubix, I see you in the guest request, but I'm just looking for opposition, KM. Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Last time I talked to you, I think we got on a discussion of Peter and poop, and
a discussion of what?
About Peter and poop, and I just wanted to make sure that we've elevated ourselves.
Wait, what did you say? Peter and what?
Peter and poop, man. Peter and poop.
Peter and poop.
You don't recall the conversation?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I talked to
Peter. Hold on. Peter and poop.
Hold on. There was a bad echo. Can you unmute yourself? There was a bad echo.
Yeah, but yeah, Peter and poop, man. We had got on a conversation.
Dude, I'm sorry. I talked to a lot of people, and I'm sorry. I don't recall. But
you don't recall having a conversation where we were worshiping Peters and poops?
No, no.
Dude, no way. You don't remember that?
No. Was this like a long time ago, or recently, or?
No.
What do you mean?
Like
what do you mean? We're
recently, dude.
You're saying I was worshiping Peter and poop?
Peters and poops, man. You just that was the first thing that came to your mind when everything was brought up, like God is everything, and you immediately referred to Peter and poop.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that now.
Yeah, I was just making sure you've elevated yourself away from that initial thought process to Peter and poop when we think about everything.
I mean, oh, that's right, because I was about to ask you the same question. I remember you now. When you say anything, do you mean? When you say God is everything, do you mean literally everything?
I mean, absolutely. I know we're going to go straight back to your negative thought.
Okay.
Real quick, though.
But if God, see, that's the problem, sir. This is you've brought this upon yourself. If you're going to make the claim that God is literally everything, then by your own definition of God, God is my penis. God is my poop.
Look, last time we talked to you, you got absolutely clowned for saying that because that was your first thing that your brain went to whenever we talked about God being everything. And it's like,
really?
Dude, you have a negative mind, brother.
Sir, you worship my penis.
No,
and
sir,
I'm the clown.
You have a negative mind, brother. You have a good one.
I'm the clown, says the guy who worships my penis. Like, imagine being a Christian and you worship an atheist's penis. Guys, that was probably the one and only Christian that worships Skits' penis. Atheist Skits' penis. All right? I do remember now, though. I do remember, I spoke with him, I think, like a few weeks ago, and he was making claims that God is everything. And I said, whoa, hold on. Literally everything? I mean, like, and he gets mad at me for automatically going to, like, poop and pee and penises. You're the one, you're opening yourself up to this by claiming that God is everything. If you're going to make the crazy ass wild claim that God, your God is literally everything, then the definition of your God is everything. My penis, my poop, my dog's penis, Champ's penis. Right, Champ, your penis is God, Champ. And he's a Christian that worships an atheist's penis and his dog's penis. Maybe next time, don't say God is literally everything. Hello?
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 You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, man.
What you got for us? Oh, you just muted yourself. I don't know if you can hear me, but you muted yourself and then you got disconnected. So send another guest request if you need to. All right, guys, keep spamming those likes, guys. We don't have any guest requests. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. This live is wild. Yeah, this is pretty wild. So we've had a Christian that worships an atheist's penis. We've had Nephilim mermaids and Leviticus children slaves that supposedly were having sex with animals. I don't know. I don't know how we've gotten to this point. I don't know how we've gotten to where we are in this live right now. This dude has a pretty wild username.
Yo.
Hey.
So the topic is why God allows slavery.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple, bro. When you go to war, there's people fighting you. There's competence. When you defeat them, you take them as slaves.
Right, but these people weren't at war. God didn't say if you're at war with someone. He just said literally, if you want slaves, go get foreign slaves. He didn't say go. Yeah.
You can't get foreign slaves, bro. God said you can only get slaves who are competent.
Slaves who are what?
Who are fighting you. Who are supporting those who fight you.
No, that's not what he said. He didn't say if you're at war, you can you can take these people as slaves. I'm sure he did say that somewhere, but in Leviticus 25, 44 through 46, there was no mention of being at war at all. It's just if you want slaves, if your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them, you may get slaves.
But their definition of slaves is different.
It says you can own them for life and you can beat them as long as you don't. It says you can beat them with a rod. As long as the slave doesn't die from the beating, you will not be punished. You can own them for life and you can beat them.
Well, maybe that's a specific type of that verse applies to a specific event. Maybe that verse applies to a specific. Maybe it applies to a specific event. What? What do you mean?
What's up with your username?
What's with my username, bro?
What's up with that?
It's a good. Are you voting for Trump?
Hell no.
Who are you voting for then?
I probably won't vote.
Oh, why not?
Because I don't like either one. But what's up with your username?
Well, what's with my username?
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's cool.
Can you explain yourself?
Yeah. I don't like modern day feminism.
Why not? What's wrong with women wanting empowerment or like rights or be treated as equal?
Oh no. I support the original feminism. I'm not supporting the modern day feminism because.
What is the modern day feminists? What are they? What's wrong?
Well, it's people. It's stupid girls that want more power than men.
Stupid girls, dude. What are you, 8 years old?
Bro, I can't even call them women. They're not
stupid
women.
Girls.
Listen, they got colored hair. They're LGBTQ plus. They think they're men.
Are you a Christian?
Bro, let me ask you this question.
Wait. Are you a Christian? Why are you so hateful?
What do you mean I'm hateful? I'm not hateful, bro.
You said you got a problem with women wanting empowerment. You got a problem with the LGBT.
No. I got a problem with women wanting to be like men because you can't be like men.
Why not?
Because you can't. A woman is a woman. A man is a man.
But what's wrong with a woman who wants to be like masculine? What's wrong with that?
Well, it depends how.
Why does it give you nightmares? Why do you shake in bed?
No. It's in terms of like law and power and all that stuff.
Why do you hide under the cover and shiver in fear of women wanting to be masculine?
No, dude, it's not. Bro, you want a woman have a full grown beard and just have hair on her arms, and looking like a man?
Do I want a woman like that?
Yeah, you want a woman like that?
No, I don't want a woman like that. But what's wrong?
Why do you not want a woman like that?
Because I'm not attracted to that. But what's wrong with a woman?
Why are you not attracted to that? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with a woman wanting to be like that?
What's wrong with a woman like that? You should be attracted to that.
I can't help my sexual preferences. I can't control what I'm attracted to. It's not something you can control or choose.
What are you kind of are you racist then?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, you kind of racist, bro.
How? What have I done or said that's racist?
Because you don't like women with beard.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, bro.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But listen, Biden doesn't know where he is, bro.
So you're just like a random NPC in a video game right now? You're just shouting random shit?
No. Listen, Biden, he doesn't know where he is. Nobody's voting for Biden.
October smells like pizza.
What is October smells like?
We're just shouting random things now, aren't we?
Do you believe in Pizzagate?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Okay. Do you love Putin?
Putin? Do I love Putin?
Yeah, do you love him?
No, I don't love Putin.
Why do you not love Putin? Putin is a good man.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why is he a good man?
Because he's against LGBTQ plus.
Why are you such a hateful person? You're supposed to be loving. Didn't Jesus say love one another?
But you can't love everything because
you just got a flag. You just got a flag. Rare TikTok W. Extremely uncommon rare TikTok W. I don't know what's happening, guys. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm hoping that it's entertaining, at least. It's a full moon. Is it a full moon? Keep spamming those likes, guys. Keep double tapping the screen. Share the live. Click the follow button if you've enjoyed this live stream so far. Click the follow button. If you want to see the full live stream, click on my YouTube link in the bio. It'll take you straight to my YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube. I have a ton of live streams on there for you to watch. I'm almost at 300 subscribers on YouTube, which I'm really proud of because I've just started uploading to my YouTube like a couple of months ago, and I'm already at almost 300 subscribers. Regina, this has made your whole day. Thank you. I'm glad that I can make your day, Regina. Thank you. I hope it was worth an interstellar gift. I hope this live stream has been worth the interstellar gift that you sent me.
Yo.
What's
up, bro?
What's up, man?
So I just want to start this by saying I'm not a Christian. I am religious, but I know you're talking about the Bible. My book probably talks about slavery too, so it's the same thing. But look,
what's your book?
I'm Muslim.
Oh, okay.
But what I wanted to talk about was
for out of respect for Justin, I'm not gonna talk to you because Justin's here, and I know Justin doesn't like you guys because you guys keep sending him unalivement threats. And you know what? Honestly, I have no interest in speaking with you people either. Because every time I do speak with you people, my live gets suspended. What's the mix? Like what I'm listening to? The music? Is that what you're talking about? It's just a 80s synthwave on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's called Back to the 80s Best of Synthwave. Nice hairline. Thank you. You see this mole here? It's the mark of the beast. This is where God put a mark on me to remind me that how sinful I am. See it? Zoom in on my mole. It's the mark of the beast. You pray to mermaid Nephilims? The goddamn mermaid Nephilims. Thank you, William. Thank you so much, William. You guys are funny in the comments. You guys are hilarious. The comments are so funny. I love comments. They crack me up. Like anytime you guys see me break character on Skits Loves God, it's because of something somebody said in the comments. It's so damn funny. Christian FC, because every time I do talk about that religion, I get suspended very quickly. Yo.
Bro, a couple months ago, bro, you was all talking about coming to me, Jesus. What happened, man?
That's where I troll Christians and make fun of them.
Oh, okay, I see what you did. All right, that's badass, bro.
Are you a Christian?
Hell no, I ain't no Christian. I believe in life, brother. We live We do what we gotta do. Anyways, I fuck with your account, man. Take care.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a fan.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I got a pretty easy explanation of why God allowed slavery. So
how old are you?
I'm 15.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh man, the anti-feminist dude is back. I've had about enough of that nonsense. Sorry, you gotta be 18 plus. Guys, you gotta be 18 plus. TikTok rules. Demon! It was a demon. I'm tired, guys. I worked from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. today. And if we don't get a guest request here, and if we don't get some guest requests, I'm just gonna call it a night here. Come here, champ. Champ, your penis is God. That guy worships your penis. Say hi, champ. Say hi. Say hi. W champ in the comments. W champ in the comments. He licked my microphone. He wants to go outside. Let me let him outside, guys. Champ's a boy. Champ is a child of God. The good Lord came in him and filled him up with the Holy Spirit. Oh, thanks for the corgi gift. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know I missed it. Thank you. Tiny Downy roar. Tiny Downy roar. I'm wide open for God. Keep spamming those likes, guys. Keep spamming those likes. Skits, what was those lives when the devil used to come on and say things to us? What? What was those lives when the devil used to come on and say things to us? I'm not sure what you mean there. Oh, when you're with... Oh, it was a little recording that I made on my old iPhone. But I can't do that no more because I use that old iPhone to screen record my live streams. Those were funny, huh? Those were funny. I forgot about those. Yeah, I just made a recording and then like put like a voice effect on it. And then like when I would go use the bathroom, I would just like push play and let it play, you know? But that was on my... I have two iPhones. I only have two phones, so I use my old iPhone to screen record my live streams now, so I can't really do that. And also, guys, if you've enjoyed this live stream, we're kind of losing steam here right now. I'm getting tired anyways. I gotta cook dinner. Because I have to get up at 5 in the morning. Well, actually, I have to get up at 4. I have to get up at 4 in the morning. Put Champ back on. Champ's outside. What's for dinner? Probably chili dogs. Chili dogs, probably. No one loves God. But thank you guys for all being here. I really appreciate all of you. Regina, if you're still here, Regina, W Regina forever in the chat. You are too kind, Regina. You're amazing, and I really appreciate the support, the love, the gifts. Thank you so much for that amazing gift you gave me. Skep TikTok, Brian. I see you in the guest requests. I'm about to end the live. W Regina. Regina, thank you so much. If you're still here. I appreciate your lives. Thank you so much, Regina. You're too sweet. You're too kind. But yeah, everyone please click that follow button, and everyone please go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm about to end the live and post this stream on there. So if you guys want to go back and watch the full live stream, or if you want to... All right, let's bring up some friends. Let's bring some friends up here.
I just wanted to say one thing as a closing statement to everyone in the chat. If it sounds kinky, worship Skits pee-pee.
That's what that guy does.
Yes.
He's opened himself up to that line of questioning when he makes the claim that God is literally everything.
I mean, he walked in.
How could I not go there? How could I not bite that bait?
No, he definitely signed up for that.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian!
What's up, Brian?
Hello, Hanji. Hi,
Did you have something you want to say, Brian?
Yeah, I wanted to read from, this is James Tabor's translation of the book of Genesis. Verse 22, everything in whose two nostrils with breath of a spirit of life from all that was in the dry ground died. And then verse 23, it says, except for the Nephilim mermaids who perpetuated into the future to have sex with humans, and therefore, it says right here, and therefore, the well-being of humanity was corrupted by the Nephilim mermaids. I'm sorry, this is not what James Tabor says. What?
I don't know.
Wait, so there's a chance with King Triton? Is that what you're telling me?
That dude was insane.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
All right, hey, 4 a.m. wake-up calls are rough, my dude, so sleep well.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you do. And,
Thank you. All right, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you.
yeah.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching.
You just got to read your Bible a little more closely.
Okay, I will. I skipped over the Nephilim mermaid part. W Ariel. W
Love
Ariel.
you, Skits. Sleep
All
well.
right, love you too, Hanji. See you later.
Yep.
Later, Brian. All right, guys. Yeah, I guess we're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody, follow everybody. You guys all please follow each other. You guys see each other in everyone's live streams. You recognize the usernames. You recognize the profile pictures. Everybody follow each other. Joel Reads Bible is here. Follow Joel Reads Bible. Joel needs more followers than he has. Joel is awesome. Please follow Joel Reads Bible. He's Canadian. Show him some love. Help him out. We gotta be friendly to our chaotic dad. Good to see you, chaotic dad. You missed the mermaids, chaotic dad. You did. Apparently, there was Nephilim mermaids that survived the flood in Genesis. Apparently. So, yeah. You missed it. You missed it. You missed the Nephilim mermaids. But guys, I've said this before, and I just want to say, if you're like having like a fight with someone like that's really close to you, like maybe your best friend or like a family member that you love so much, and you guys haven't talked in a long time because you're fighting over something so like petty, like just be the first one to reach out. Just reach out and say, hey, let's talk, right? Because they could be so close to reaching out too. And like, you don't want like 2 years to go by, 5 years to go by, 10 years to go by, and you guys haven't talked, and then one of them passes away, and you realize, fuck, there was 5, 10, 15 years that we didn't talk over something so petty. Like maybe like your cousin or your sister or your brother or your parents, best friend, you know? Guys, just reach out. Be the first one to reach out. And maybe they also are like this close to reaching out, and just y'all are like, both y'all are being stubborn, right? You're both being stubborn. Nobody wants to be the first one to reach out. Just do it. Just reach out, right? Because I've got something like that going on in my life right now, you know, something kind of like that, or it was like that. And this person reached out first, and now we realized how silly we were being, how stupid we were being, arguing over something so irrelevant, because life is short, right? Life is precious. So be that first one to reach out. Do it. If you have somebody in your life that's like that, if you're going through something like that. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you so much for all of you for being here. Please click the follow button. Everyone, please go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm almost at 300 subscribers. W. Benny. Sorry, Sid. I'm leaving, Sid. I have to get up at 4 in the morning and I have to make dinner. I am working. I'm on my day shift right now, guys. So I have to work for the next 5 days and then I'll be off for 3 days. So I'm currently on my day hitch. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. I don't know if we can do a skits raid right now. Does anybody know who's live right now? If you guys want to do a skits raid. Have a good day, Sid. Have a good day. Does anybody have a recommendation for a skits raid? I don't even know who's live right now. Star Wars nerd is here. Love you too, Doopster. Paleo's live. Yeah, I'm heading out, Star Wars. Stop these lives right this instant. Thank you, Eric. Eric. Paleo and Oblivion. Guys, let's go raid Paleo. I love you too, Hanji. Everybody go raid Paleo if you follow Paleo. Let's go do a skits raid on Paleo right now. Everybody go to Paleo and say skits raid. All right, guys. See y'all later.